meteorologist Stephen Jones.
Well, starting off with the time lapse, looking off to the west, you can see a pretty good first day of February. Plenty of sunshine, a little bit of mid-level cloud cover pushing in from the north. If there were any complaints about the weather today, maybe just a little bit breezy out there, maybe a little warm for February 1st, pushing up into those upper 70s. But of course, getting that great sunset now. But as it is February 1st, I think it's going to be a good time to look back on January in terms of those temperatures and precipitation. In terms of daytime highs, we were pretty cool for temperatures, about 6 degrees below average for daytime highs throughout January this year compared to the past 30 years. In terms of morning lows, about 2 degrees above average, or below average, pardon me, coming in at that freezing point compared to about 34 degrees or so, but also a little bit dry with that cool air for the month of January. About a quarter-inch shy of where we're supposed to be, so hopefully February can bring in some more rainfall for the Concho Valley to make up with that little bit of a deficit we're starting off 2025 with. Temperatures at the 6 p.m. hour, since we're already seeing that sunset starting to come down, 71 degrees here in town, 69 off to the west for Sterling City as well as Mertzen. Cool spot going to be El Dorado right now, coming in at 67 degrees, 72 the warm spot there in Menard, so about 5 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. And whenever we compare that to the dew points, the relative humidity index is very dry because of that. About a 60-degree spread from the temperatures to the dew point temperatures here in the teens and around that 20-degree mark. Those relative humidity indices following the same trend in the teens for the most part. Definitely too dry for any of that rainfall, and just a little bit of cloud cover is what we're seeing, but definitely not too much more into the next overnight and into tomorrow as well. For that moisture tracker, looking into the next couple of days, we are going to watch some more moisture working its way into the Concho Valley, especially the coastal bend of Texas getting in on some of those blues. But by the time we're into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's where we start to see more of those greens really making their way into the Concho Valley. But in terms of the upper level pattern, we don't have anything in terms of a weather maker making its way into the Concho Valley right now. Just this upper level ridge that's going to push us up into the 80s. As far as the weather stories, the west coast really in the crosshairs for this atmospheric river pushing into northern California, bringing plenty of rain and then snow into the higher elevations for them. Of course, across the Concho Valley these next 7 days, it's just looking pretty calm and clear and definitely pretty warm as well. Not a little bit unseasonable for the first week of February is what we're going to be looking at. As far as the national satellite, you can already see that atmospheric river off to the west, pushing in all that moisture over northern California, over the Rocky Mountains, and then funneling out over Nebraska and then into the panhandles as well. And whenever we zoom into Texas, you can see where a lot of that cloud cover is pushing in over Amarillo and even into the Concho Valley. That's where we're seeing that cloud cover push from. But into the future cast going into tonight, we're going to hang on to those mostly clear skies. We're going to see that cloud cover clear out, and then we're going to cool off going into tomorrow. We're going to warm right back up into those 80s, looking like a warm day, potentially record breaking. The record for tomorrow is 82 degrees. Then by Monday, more of the same with those sunny skies. By Tuesday morning, we finally start to see that cloud cover making its way into the area by Tuesday morning, but I think Tuesday afternoon we look to clear back out. For tonight, of course, going to be clearing out pretty nice and then cooling off as well into those mid-40s, but pretty gusty out of the south-southwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour. That stays strong into tomorrow as well. Temperatures potentially record-breaking. I'm calling 83 degrees. Remember, that record is 82 degrees set back in 1995. Feels a little bit like spring with those gusty winds out of the southwest, still around 10 to 20 miles an hour. And as we go into the first 7 or 8 days of February, those warm temperatures definitely here to stay. Groundhog's Day tomorrow. We'll see if he sees his shadow or not. Potentially record-breaking on Monday as well, with that record at 82 degrees as well. Then we're going to start to see those temperatures stable out in those 70s and 80s, overnight lows in those 50s for the most part, even pushing up to 60 degrees at times. That's going to be all for your 7-day forecast.